Wait, you're not Jen.
No, but I sometimes play Jen on TV.
Is this not Jen's meeting?
It is indeed. I'm just here for the introduction.
Oh, okay. I was, I was confused.
I'm the one who gets to bring the talent on. So,
are you the comedian that starts the meeting? Every day she starts with comedy.
Right. I'm the warm-up. And my apologies, guys. I'm sorry. I was set up to open this in the other room, and the computer went sideways, and I got stuck, and my Zoom then got stuck. So my apologies for being a few minutes late. Normally, you would have had music and started on time, but the world had a slightly different plan for us today. So Jen is just arriving. And so as she gets in, Daniela, you do have, you are set up for screen. So you should be set. And where's my darling dear Jen? There she is. Okay. So thanks guys for being here. I wanted to just again take 30 seconds and let you know that we appreciate you joining us. Our productivity coaching program is growing in leaps and bounds, and as many of you know, for the past 4 months in a row has been the #1 productivity coaching program based on dollars earned by its agents in the entire country. So that's nothing small, and that's nothing to sneeze at. So congratulations to both Jen and Daniela, and congratulations to everybody inside of the productivity coaching program who work with our talented superstars to form an entire group of talented superstars that make those dollars show up. With that, we know that growth is imperative to continue to keep the integrity of the program intact. And what Jen and Danielle are going to speak with you about today is just that. How does growth happen? Who are we looking for to get into business with from a talent perspective to assist in that growth? And what does that look like? So without further ado, let me bring on Jen and Daniela in the spotlight seats. Take it away, ladies. Thanks.
Okay, so the very first thing you have to know about being a coach is to never let technology problems ruffle your feathers. So I was getting text messages in a flurry of people saying, Jen, I can't get in. And guess what? I couldn't get in either. So there you go. I just want to say thanks so much for joining us. What a pleasant surprise to see such a big group. Yay, that's exciting. I just want to let you know that the reason why we're doing this is because, as Rick mentioned, we are growing steadily. And we plan to continue our growth exponentially. Our plan, world domination. Actually, that's sort of true. But because we're always growing, we're always looking for people within our organization that might actually be interested in joining us in the future. Ideally, what we'd like to develop is a team bench, so to speak. So I'm going to share my screen. And we have a lovely little presentation for you. Move this. Okay, so you want to be a real estate coach. We thought that by having this session, it would be the best way to show you what it is that we actually do and to see if it's something that you might be a good fit for. So who are we? Well, I'm Jen Henry. I'm the coach. I'm also still a real estate agent.
And I am Daniela. A lot of you know me as Danny. I'm the Director of Administration for the coaching program. And I've been with the program for just over a year in this position. And it's actually turned into a little bit of a hybrid position because we just grew so rapidly this past year that I ended up becoming what you'd call kind of a part-time coach hybrid situation. So I work hands-on with a lot of the coaching members as well, helping them with their buyer and listing consults, teaching tech classes, answering questions. But that's part of why we're here today, because in order to do my best job as a director of the program, I need to have time for that. So we are, excited about the potential for growth and growing with some of you potentially. I also am still very much a realtor and do part-time real estate on evenings and weekends. And then we also have that beautiful other person in this picture, Nolly Henry, who some of you may know is Jen's daughter. She helps us with number tracking, pulling prospecting numbers, and she's just a great help to us.
Yeah, she's probably not going to be, with us for very much longer because she has her own business happening, and helping her mom is not her top priority at the moment. All right. So what is our mission statement? Our mission statement is to create world-class real estate agents that know their craft, and they can use their skills, their focus, and their energy to be top producers in their markets. That's our goal. That's what we live by every single day.
And then just a little bit about our program, because most of you on this call are not in our program currently, which is great. But just so you know what we're doing on a daily basis, we currently have 132 agents in the program, and that encompasses Stanford, Ridgefield, Westport, all the branches. And as Rick said, we are the #1 productivity coaching program in the country for Company Dollar in the past 4 months. And we offer quite a lot with our program. This is just a quick bullet point list, but this isn't even all of it. The moment an agent joins with us, they immediately get access to a foundations course that teaches them the basic, most important knowledge about real estate, the things they should be working on immediately, income goals, lead generation strategies, buyer consult, listing presentation, all of that stuff. We offer daily classes, which I do want to note is a bonus that we offer. Jen is on weekly calls with productivity coaching programs across the country, and not all of them offer daily classes. And then if we look at coaches that you might hire outside of Keller Williams in the productivity coaching program, they don't even do classes. So that's something that we offer as an extra added benefit to our agents, just because we believe in the KW culture that it's always important to continue learning. We also offer monthly one-on-ones, accountability reports, prospecting numbers. We do a fun hour every week where we lead generate as a group and just cheer each other on, and we give those numbers for free to those in our program. We're also hoping to bring back in-person live lead generation events very soon. Those are a lot of fun. We do objection handling and script practice sessions, which are super helpful and entertaining. We also have a huge referral network. There's 132 of us. So this is a great way to refer if you're in New York and someone else isn't. Rental leads, open house opportunities. We just make sure to kind of network with each other at all times. We also have group coaching sessions. And most recently, we have actually kind of rolled out a slightly new version of the program where we have 3 specific tiers to the program to cater best to all different production levels. So we do not just have new agents in the program, we have agents of all production levels, and we want to be able to give them the most value. So we actually have a tiered structure where your coaching fee is based on your production level from the past year. And we also offer different classes and group coaching depending on what tier you land in. So we really want to make this an overall great experience no matter what production level you're at. And yeah, so that's a little bit about the program in a nutshell.
All right. So what is coaching actually? Well, coaching is a form of development, and it's designed to unlock a person's potential to maximize their own performance. And it's basically helping them to learn for themselves. So, you hear different things: consultant, mentor, a coach. So I just wanted to point out what the difference of those things actually is. A consultant just provides you very specific solutions to your specific needs and challenges. You present a problem, they give you a solution, and then you do that solution. A mentor shares knowledge, experience, and expertise on specific skills with another person so that that person can be more successful, but generally they don't have any formal training in mentorship. Now, a coach is an experienced and trained person who supports a learner or a client in achieving a specific personal or professional goal by providing training and guidance. And just so that you know, I have now been through 4 coaching skills camps. I do regular masterminds with other coaches, and I do a weekly coaching call. And I also have my own coach who helps me to be the best coach that I possibly can be.
And we wanted to also touch on the difference between coaching and training, being a coach versus being a trainer. These are just a few of the things that each does, but we have a whole laundry list of all the responsibilities that land within one of these positions. So as a trainer, you're more focusing on the foundational skills of being an agent, helping them with client consultations, lead generation strategies and techniques, running a business, learning to be an entrepreneur, and improving their overall skills. When you're coaching, it's more focused on setting goals, building a business plan that they can follow, establishing accountability, encouraging them personally and professionally to continue growing and to improve skills. So note that improving skills is in both, because those are, both important for a coach and a trainer to do. But, it's important to note the difference, because for training, it's a lot more teaching. You're teaching a lot of the basic skills of real estate. For coaching, as you've seen, if you've been with KW for a little while, the big heads of this company, the people that are on stage at Family Reunion and Mega Camp, they all will admit they have at least one coach. It doesn't matter that they've already learned the basics and that they've been taught. Outside of always wanting to continue learning, they have a coach to consistently hold them accountable, make them think bigger, and support them in their growth.
Yeah, and in our program, we're featuring both of these things, because when new agents come to us, we really are responsible to help them learn those foundational skills and to create their lead generation strategies and running their business. So, as Danny mentioned, there are only a few items that we do listed here, but we cover everything from negotiation techniques, lead conversion techniques, how to strategically price homes, closing a sale and learning to ask for the business, technology, all the different things that come with that. So there's so many things that we cover here for new agents. And then as you're progressing through the program, our goal is to move you more into the coaching aspect of things as your skills continue to improve, so that we can help you really create the success that you're looking for in your business. So what are some of the key activities of a real estate coach? Well, personal growth, first and foremost. And, you'd be surprised at how many things overlap between your business and your personal life. So we have a close relationship with the people that we're working with, which also requires a lot of discretion, because, there are many things, parts of your life that, let's face it, bleed into your work life and vice versa. It's incredibly important to provide guidance and encouragement as they're going through their process of building their business. We're responsible for the program development, the designing of the program, the continual tweaking of the program, and then accountability to our owners to make sure that we're providing the exact services that are benefiting the agents, but also, bringing in revenue for the company. Our job is to get these agents into production and then to increase their production levels. Also to lead generate ourselves, so that we're role models for everyone that is in the program. And then we're responsible for program growth as well, which means recruiting and growing the program within our different market centers. So what are the characteristics of a good coach? Well, there are many things that are important, and here's just a few of the top ones. You really need to be patient. Everyone works on a different time schedule for learning, communication, retaining information and processing information. So it requires a lot of patience. You need to be empathetic. You need to be a good listener. When you're having a conversation with someone, it really needs to be just about that person and their particular needs. You need to be hardworking. We work hard here. And you need to be a team player. Being selfless is incredibly important, because when you're sitting with an agent and you're coaching them, it's not about you. It's not about what you think would be best for them. It's about what they're going to be willing to do to help grow themselves and their business. So that requires you to be selfless. You need to be creative. You need to be firm at times and objective. You really need to be sincere and especially discreet. There are many things that are discussed in a coaching setting that are not appropriate to share with anyone else. You have to have a desire to help others. And probably most importantly, you need to have a growth mindset. In this industry, especially, we have change happening every single day. And so in order to best serve the people that I coach, I have to be willing to change something that might have worked great last year, but isn't working so well this year. And so without having a growth mindset, it would be difficult to, pivot like that and just change the course of what I'm doing or how I'm presenting things or what it is that we're offering to people. So these are some of the characteristics that make a really good coach.
And then on the other hand, some characteristics of someone who might not be fit for this role are that you're not good at lead generating. I could see how you would think, oh, well, to be a coach, it wouldn't require lead generation. And that's actually very far from the truth. We, especially as the program continues to go, want to be giving individual attention to each agent, which requires calling them, reaching out to them. How are you doing? How's that transaction going? That's the type of lead generation that's so important, as well as recruiting. And constantly, Jen has 4 to 5 interviews a week with new agents to join the program. And so it's a lot of lead generation. I know that might be surprising to some of you. Adverse to hard work. As Jen said, we work really hard here. I'm sure some of you that are in the program can attest to that. And it is a lot, as we continue to grow, it's important to keep that in mind that, it's going to be hard work, but it's definitely worth it. If you're bored with real estate sales, these go hand in hand, honestly. So if you're bored with real estate sales, you're going to be talking about real estate sales all the day long with your clients. So you won't really escape it, especially if you are someone that, plans on continuing real estate on the side. It'll be very much still in your realm every day. If you're uncomfortable presenting to large groups, as you've heard, we have over 130 agents, and our daily classes get anywhere from 40 to 50 people on a Zoom. When we do in-person events, they could get anywhere up to 75 people or more. So got to be really comfortable in front of a bigger group. Seeing this as mostly a way to make additional money, that's not what this is about for me and Jen. This is truly about helping people and growing their business and helping them see that they can be anything they want. That truly is what we come into work every day for. We don't think of it as the money. Also, not great if you're a gossip. Jen kind of talked about this. This is almost like a doctor relationship where there's a lot that you're being told in these one-on-ones that you have to be very confidential. You cannot share this. So it's just important to keep that in mind. Impatient, Jen talked about this. Patience is probably one of the most important things. Jen has what seems like an unlimited amount of patience because I sit with her and, you're going to be doing one-on-ones back to back to back with different people. What if all of them are having a bad day? You have to be prepared and okay with that. And yeah, patience is very important. If you're not interested in building a big business, this is not for you. We are very growth minded here. We are always talking about ways.
World domination.
Yeah, world domination, basically. And even in putting our 2 heads together this past year, we have already grown largely. And so that's what we strive to continue to do. If you're not a people person, this is a people business, just as real estate is. But this arguably is even more people that you're constantly in contact with. And it's important to not come from a lack mindset. We always like to think bigger, think of what we can provide, not what we're not doing. It's a very positive place. We like a positive work environment. So those are just some of the things that we would not be looking for.
We actually have a sign hanging up in our office that it says, "Welcome to the CFZ." It's the complaint-free zone. So we really try to keep a very positive work environment, both physically here in the space, but also when we're working with people, one-to-one. Is coaching a full-time job? Yes, it is. What are the hours like? For the position that we're looking for right now, we're looking for a person that is going to start a little bit later in the morning, probably around 11 and go until 7. We have a fair number. I didn't think to count this before we started this meeting, but I'd say we have at least 25 people that are dual career agents in the program. And so we want to be able to offer some, one-on-one times with them in the evening so that they're able to also continue to grow their businesses. Also, this way, if this person has a real estate business, they're able to do some of that in the morning before they would come in. So we're looking more at like an 11 to 7 sort of time frame. But yes, it is a full-time job.
Mm-hmm. And then can I or should I still sell real estate? So I figured I'd talk on this because some of you might know, prior to joining Jen, I was a full-time real estate agent, and she ended up reaching out to me, and it was the best decision ever for both of us. And but with that came a transition where she agreed that as long as I wasn't doing real estate during my work hours for the coaching program, that it was fine. And I have been very much doing that, and it is possible. I know some might question, can you do both? That's definitely not the problem. I think your question is, do you want to do both? And I think that's a personal question you have to ask yourself. For me, I'm, younger. I don't have any kids yet. So for the time being, I was like, you know what, why not? If I can make this extra money doing both, I will do that. Jen also still has a real estate business as well that she does work in, predominantly listings at this point. But so it definitely is possible. We have also found that it is helpful to a degree to be rather current in real estate, even if you're not doing that many transactions, just because it helps you constantly stay on top of things and be able to answer questions. I meet with a lot of new agents, and it's nice to be able to say, well, I just had this experience and I found that this was helpful, versus, not doing it. But we're open to both. If you were at the point where you didn't want to be doing active real estate anymore, that's okay too.
Yeah. And then probably one of the bigger questions that you would have is, what is the compensation for this? So currently in our existing design plan, this would be a base salary with a bonus structure based on your ability to get people into production as that progresses.
Mm-hmm. And so with that, we want to open it up for any other questions that you might have. You can either post in the chat or just unmute yourself. Or Rick, do they have the availability to unmute themselves?
They do. And so if you guys want to unmute, I will just monitor that list and call on people as they unmute. Thank you, ladies. We appreciate all that information. My goodness.
Well, we have one more slide to go, but we'll go for some questions first, if there are any, and if they're not, that's okay too. We tried to cover everything.
Anybody have questions?
Can I point something out? Marcel said something in the chat. She said that you guys are missing one of the things you offer: daily emotional support and keeping faith in success. Well, thank you, Marcel. That is true. We do that.
I see that Nikki just asked, is this for seasoned agents only? Not necessarily. When Jen hired me, I had 2 years full-time experience, maybe. So not exactly. With that being said, though, we do want someone that has definitely done both sides of the transaction, has done numerous transactions within a year, knows how to multitask and how busy it can get. So there is a certain level of experience we need, and yet we're not going to shut you out if you've only been doing this for a year or two. And And like we said, this is a growth opportunity for all of our future growth positions. We're currently wanting to grow by one, but at the rate we're growing, that will be changing. So even if right now you just wanted to let us know this is something in the future I might be interested in, at that point, you would have more experience. So I hope that answers that.
Mariana. You're muted, Mariana.
Sorry, it's gonna be a training period for this.
Yeah, we have a whole list of things, which when we get to our next slide, we're going to show you that if you're interested, we would want you to proceed with. If you were the person that would end up joining us, you would go through coaching skills camp. And so, yes, there is training.
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions? All right, well, if there are no other questions, then I will share our last slide, which is what are the next steps?
Yeah, so what you will do from here, if after hearing all that we've said, which I know is a lot, that you think you could potentially be a good fit for this role, I want you to email jenhen@kw.com and title your email, "I want to learn more." That's all you need to do to trigger a response from us. And from there, we would have a few next steps. As KW, as a culture, we do have a rigorous interview process for any role that we hire into. So there'd be a few preliminary steps that we'd want to get out of the way. This includes having you taking an updated DISC. Most of you know what a DISC assessment is. We just want to have an updated one on record to see what exactly your personality profile looks like. We also, if you've taken a KPA before, the Market Center, the MCAs can simply pull that KPA and see what your job fit would be for the productivity coach role. If you haven't taken a KPA, we can send you one to take, and then we'll be able to see it. Basically, if you haven't seen it before, it's a job match report, and it'll show you out of 100%, how much of a match are you for a particular role? So we'd be pulling for the productivity coach role. And then also career visioning, some of you might have heard of. It's about a 7-step interview process, but to start off, we'd be sending you a thought process interview. It's about 30 questions, so it's a little time consuming, but it gives us a good grasp on, your past job experience, your strengths, your weaknesses. So we would send that to you, have you write up your responses and send that back to us. So then we would review the DISC, the KPA, the thought process interview, and from there, we will then reach out in terms of scheduling further interviews, if that makes sense.
Also, although we didn't have this on the slide, I think it might be a good idea if you have a resume to send that to us as well. You could possibly attach that to your "I want to learn more," or you could send it along when you do the 30 questions if you end up doing that.
Mm-hmm. And we just ask that if you are interested to please email us either today or tomorrow, just because this is time sensitive to a degree because we are growing every day. So we want to make sure that we're rolling this out and, answering any questions as soon as possible.
Any other questions or thoughts or comments?
Yes. So believe it or not, I'm not interested in being a coach. I just wanted to get information. I just wanted to hear about it. I think it's a great position. I know it's not for me, but I just wanted to check it out.
Well, Jen, I'm honored then that you would spend a half an hour with us just to check it out.
Sure.
We love that. That's called some mother-in-law support right there.
Oh.
All right. Any other comments, questions for us?
Hey, Jen, I know it takes a lot of energy and patience, and you've been really great with that. I love doing these kind of things, but right now I have some other thing that I have planned on, and I'm on that path. Most likely it will be maybe a year or maybe 18 months from now that would be an opportunity I would like to explore.
Oh, that's awesome, Moses.
And that's
See, that-
actually good to know that that's a good note that you can even email us with the I'm interested, but if you want to then specify further that this might not be a right now thing for you, that to keep you in mind a year from now, 2 years from now, whatever you're thinking, just because like we said, we want to be constantly building this bench so that we know who to come to for other growth opportunities. So feel free to reach out to us, even if this isn't what you're looking for right now.
Any other comments? All right, well, if there's no other comments, thanks so much for tuning in. Hope you guys learned something new that you might not have known about what we're up to over here and what our plans are, and look forward to hearing from whoever might be interested in learning more. Have a fabulous day.
Bye, guys.
Thanks, Rick.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.